Italy is on year for a suspended parliament following voters-supported left-wing and Narodnik parties, forecasting relying on fractional results propose. The Eurosceptic, against establishment 5 celebrity motion has won the left stake of the voice. But former PM Silvio Berlusconi's left-wing coalition, that includes the distant Right League, looks set to win the largest seats in the reduced building of parliament. Shaping up by the government may now get weeks of negotiating and coalition building. Alternatively, crisp elections could be detained in a bid to make a more than crucial outcome, although down there is no warranty how would occur. Preliminary results show 5 celebrity received 31.6% of the voice, time the League acquired 18.2% of the voice and Silvio Berlusconi's Forza Italia 13.8%. Matteo Renzi's governing more democratic side, potential difference, just got 19.1% of the voice, that La Repubblica paper says is a mental strike to the side, as it has unsuccessful to win more than rather than a 5 of the votes. Widely, supporting for the League came of votes in the polar, time 5 celebrity saw its powerful show of supporting in the southward of the nation. Italian everyday paper Illinois Fatto Quotidiano is fleeing a front-line page title proverb just, all will changing. Although no side will be capable to guideline one relying on the previous survey figures, the splash of supporting for Narodnik outfits has been compared in Brexit and the poll of Donald Trump card in the US. Mr. Berlusconi's coalition is tilted to get 248 to 268 seats, under the 316 necessary for a most. Based in 2009 by comic Beppe Grillo, who denounced nepotism in Italian policy, 5 celebrity done considerable reached and could come as the greatest solitary side in Italy's reduced building, in 216 to 236 seats. Social wrath above joblessness and migration appears to include tattered Mr. Renzi's DP, and its center-left coalition is designed to go a remote tertiary, in an alleged 107 to 127 seats. It is precise to us how the is a flagrant and precise destruction, told Farming Secretary Maurizio Martina. Definitive affirmed results are not anticipated for several hours. Vote for Italy's Senate, the top building of parliament, as well preferred populists and parties of the law. 5 celebrity executed superior rather than expected, in figures relying on previous voice counting offering it will get the largest seats, about 102 to 122, but Mississippi out on a most. The left-wing coalition is forecasted to get 118 to 150 seats in the top building, and the more democratic side 42 to 54. In Italy, the social voice is just the at first phase in a really lengthy trial of collecting anew by the government. That is why side leaders there do not leap in front line of the cameras in the several hours following the polls shut. We yet don't aware who the victor will be. But in the discovery instrument, 5 celebrity has obtained a specific benefit. Its communication obviously resonated in youthful human beings inquiring for jobs, and in voters in the poorer southward of the nation. The motion done a big spot of fleeing one in the poll. By difference, some main parties teamed up in election alliances. But the characteristic that gave the side its force, its autonomy, may now be its weak. In procedure to shape by the government, 5 celebrity must discover coalition partners. Its lack of experience in work in other may be an inconvenience in the pragmatic industry of coalition building. So, that way will 5 celebrity search to rotate? Down there is several assumption how the motion may search a coalition in the Against Immigration League side, that appears to include executed superior rather than its own association partners in the poll. 5 celebrity and the League include every criticized Italy's relation in the Europe Association, though no one campaigns to keep the bloc. A capacity association among the two would be examined in several extent of worry about in Brussels. The bloc supported by Mr. Berlusconi includes his Forza Italia, Go Italy, side, Advantage Against Immigrant League, and the distant Right Brothers of Italy. Mr. Berlusconi, 81, cannot conduct social office space oneself before following year since of a tax scam belief. And in a private strike for him, Forza Italia looks potential to include been outdone by its friend, the League. My at first speech, appreciate thou, tweeted League lead Matteo Salvini as forecasting rolling in. 4 persons time Main Secretary Mr. Berlusconi has supported Europe Parliament CEO Antonio Tajani as his selection to conduct the nation. Yet, it is probable Mr. Salvini, who has pledged to expel hundreds of thousands of migrants and speak of the risk of Islamic, will now be eyeing the work. Officials alleged elector strike at more than rather than 58% on Saturday night, in several hours of vote yet to go. Length queues were seen at vote centers about the nation. In residents in Rome requested to rotate up so up polls close at 23 o'clock, 22 o'clock GMT, to do certainly they had period to throw their ballots. The intermittent ermine to include been inflicted by a new vote framework and new to depth, against fraud checks. In Palermo, Sicily, 200,000 ballots had to be reprinted since of errors, that led to a latency in several polls discovery. Migration, more than rather than 600,000 migrants include done the traitorous travel of Libya through the Mediterranean to achieve Italy with 2013. The enormous quantity of arrivals has frustrated lot Italians, in political community, consisting of the main, stricter their rhetorical as a outcome. Mr. Berlusconi has named the present of illicit migrants a public period bomb and pledges massive deportations. The campaigning has seen forcible clashes among distant right supporters and against fascist protesters. Italy's economics has begun to extend one day once again. But almost 10 years on of the world finance meltdown, Italy's total national food, or full economical exit, remnant 5.7% reduce rather than before crisis levels. In 2016, several 18 millionth human beings were at hazard of poverty reduction, and joblessness is at 11%. Economical politics has been a key battlefield, but observers say they heard more than of parties on pensioners rather than youths. That could be due to youthful voters' top voice abstinence rates. More than on Italy's voice.